I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? Um, yeah, so about a year ago, I made a video about my vision improvement, and it's been a while, but I figure a nice update would be in order. So, yeah, so my vision has not improved at the rate I would have liked, but it has still improved. And currently, um, I'm really bad when it comes to measuring, and I don't even know if I can really trust the measurements that I've been doing. But when I measure inside, it's like the lighting is not ideal, and even when I like shine a light on like the computer screen or the Snellen chart, like it just kind of doesn't match what I actually see outside. So I've kind of taken to just like not worrying about that too much, not fixating on the numbers. I know I know with some people, it's like if you keep a log and you just track your progress, it makes it a lot more palatable. For me, that doesn't really happen. It just kind of, for me, it kind of makes it more of a pain in the butt. So I'd rather just um, keep at it. I'm a very disciplined person anyway, so um, currently my job situation, I have a temporary job situation where I'm not at my usual location, so they have me staring at computer screens from very up close for pretty much all day, and there's not a whole lot of space behind you, so I can't really it's not practical for me to stand really like far away from the screen and still use it. Especially since there's like people walking back and forth, and if I stand back more, I'm just kind of like in their way. It's really bad. It's not ideal. It's really like slowed down my progress. And I actually, a while back, I actually got another like fat ciliary spasm because of that. I've since been able to get rid of that, fortunately. And just by like taking walks outside and just considering how I can see now with these glasses, I have two pairs of glasses. I have these, which they have clear frames. I don't know if the clear frames actually hurt anything. I don't know if maybe like the light refraction kind of like screws with your vision in some way. I don't really know. I just got them because I made it kind of like this point that every time I buy frames, that they're like a different color. So I have like some old ones that are like a navy blue and like one that's black and one that's red, and so I just got a different color. But I have two pairs of minus point fifties, and if I look outside, then my vision, I almost don't have to focus at all in order to see perfectly. There's just a super slight hint of blur, but it's just so negligible that I would be able to function perfectly without focusing using those glasses. But of course, we don't want that, right? We want the focus. If I induce even just the slightest amount of active focus, I see perfectly crispy clear everything. So just by going on that, I estimate that my current vision right now is very close to minus point 0.50. So the last time I made a video about this subject, I was at minus one diopter. So from that time, um, made roughly about a half diopter of improvement. Um, Admittedly, I have not stayed the course perfectly and gone outside every day and like done things like that. I do make it a point to do that at times. But I'm not like super stickler about it. I'm the sort of person that like if you tell me I have to do this one thing every single day for X amount of time, it doesn't feel sustainable to me. So like with gym, for example, like I don't go to the gym. I just exercise at home, and I just keep physical throughout the day, even without like exercise. Just because for me that's much more sustainable. I already know that if I had a gym membership, wouldn't I wouldn't take the time to uh, pack my stuff and go drive to the gym and then spend X amount of time. And then it's like, it's a little bit too much of a commitment. And I already have a lot of other things that I have to commit time to. So having more and more and more things to commit to, it just winds up being unsustainable for me, and I get exhausted and burnt out. So I'd rather be a little bit more easygoing with certain things. And when it comes to going out and just, taking walks or doing some kind of outside activity and putting my active focus to use, in that way, I find that a lot more sustainable. So maybe I haven't had the fastest progress, but I've definitely had steady and consistent progress. And to me, that matters a whole lot more, because it means that I'll be able to keep that up, um, for as long as I need to get back to, proper vision. So yeah, I just these past few days I've been off work. I just got my second dose of the vaccine, so I took some days off just in case, and I wound up going outside for walks for a good 2 hours or so. I went to the park, just stared at the lake and the trees and all that, and just took in the environment. And that sort of thing is good for you anyway. But I definitely noticed it was helping my vision quite a bit. And then I would come home and use my computer, and then by the end of the day, I don't have a spasm because I'm sitting at a distance. My vision is not quite as good as it was when I was walking outside, but um, I feel like doing this, I've still been making steady progress. So yeah, roughly around minus 0.50. And as far as further improvements, I did do another experiment not too long ago where I tried to play a game for about 2 hours or so without the glasses, right? And from the same distance that I would normally sit at, which is at least 2 meters away, at least 2 meters away. And I wound up getting eye strain very quickly doing that. And I'm not sure if that's because I kind of psyched myself into trying to focus onto it too much, or what. I'm not entirely sure what went on there. It could have been just me trying a little too hard to focus. But when I use the glasses, that doesn't happen. I don't get that kind of strain. Um, I do feel that my ciliary is not quite as loose as it is as when I'm walking outside, but um, it was definitely a massive difference. And I'm kind of wondering now, because obviously I play games on my computer, but I also do other things on my computer, like um, I like to research things and read things and all kinds of things. And so like I'm just wondering, like, for this last half diopter, am I really gonna need to get minus 2.5 lenses? I mean, the whole concept kind of sounds silly. I thought it was silly at some point. I thought these would be the final pair that I needed. And maybe they are. Maybe I'm just overthinking this whole thing. But like I don't know if, like, once these become no longer become helpful, I wonder if maybe I should just sit a little bit closer to the screen, or I don't know. I don't really know the answer to that. And fortunately, it wouldn't cost me a whole lot of money. It only cost me about $11 or so to get a new pair of glasses. But a quarter diopter of lens strength is kind of silly when you think about it. And then you have the frames. You don't have like the full periphery. And then there's the fact that the lenses themselves are only really accurate in the very center of the lens, where you have the edges. If you look at like on the sides, you start getting like this double vision because of the way the lenses are shaped, and it's not ideal. I'd rather just have the naked eye, but I also don't want to sit closer to the screen just to prevent having um to get these kind of weaker glasses. And I know some people would be like, "Oh, well, why don't you just like not use the computer as much?" And honestly, that's not an option. If I'm being realistic about it, I'm the sort of person that I find that the best way to live life, at least for me personally, is to just try and find a proper balance in things. If you try and go to either side of the extreme, you're just gonna live more of a miserable life. So, like when it comes to, for example, eating well, I don't cut out everything that's bad. Like I just had some cookies earlier, and I try and eat pretty healthy, but I'm not gonna cut out cookies out of my life, and I know the sugar is not really good for you, but from time to time, as long as you're not overdoing it, you can moderate it to the point where you can have a nice, healthy, balanced life. Um, so I kind of feel that way about the things that I enjoy doing, like playing games on the computer or watching videos or reading up on stuff. As long as you're not doing it excessively, um, it's fine to partake in it if you can find that balance. So that's kind of what I want to strive for when it comes to this final half diopter. What exactly is that balance? Because I don't want a repeat of what happened last time, where I tried playing the game for 2 hours and I just felt like I just like felt the strain, and I was going like this. It was mostly in my right eye too, by the way, which is my weaker eye. I definitely have my ocular dominance here in the left. So I felt more of it here, and I was like rubbing my eye. I'm like, oh man, I gotta take a break from this. This is not a good idea. Um, 2 hours wearing the glasses is nothing. I don't really feel much of anything if I play for just 2 hours. So I don't know if anyone has any experience in this regard, especially if you are someone who has fully reversed your myopia back to 2020. If you have any kind of insights or thoughts, um, and even if you don't, if you just have any kind of insights that you think might help, please feel free to shoot them my way. I'm genuinely curious. I'll continue to experiment with that. I really don't want to buy the quarter diopter glasses. That kind of, it sounds really ridiculous, but I also don't want to sit closer to the screen because ciliary. So yeah, let me know what you think. And thanks for watching my video. That was my update. That's really all I had to say. Everything else pertaining to the subject, if you don't know anything about what I'm talking about, I have a video um, called Improvement, My Progress, and End Myopia that I made about a year ago. I would highly recommend watching that video if you are lost watching this one. Probably should have said that earlier. But anyway, yeah, so I'm almost roughly at about minus 0.50. So yeah, half diopter left. So yeah, that's it guys. Take it easy and keep at it.